relation to what we see around the globe is the US, we're very optimistic about. We see it as turning the corner. Obviously Europe, there's a lot of weakness there. There's some economies that have made the transition and the transformation. The UK in particular we think is going to be good over the next 3 years. However, continental Europe is showing signs of weakness, particularly the German market. In Asia, we are seeing again a mixed bag. We're hopeful that the Japanese reform agenda takes shape and can be implemented. The Chinese market we are still very optimistic about, and Southeast Asia has a mixture of different paces of the economies there. And of course for the Australian economy, we are going through a transition. The mining sector and the resource sector is going through huge transformation, and as a consequence of that we're seeing unemployment levels and consumer behaviour changing and consumer confidence having an impact, and that probably in the short term is going to have an impact on consumer spending, but in the medium to long term we're still very optimistic about the Australian economy. One great example of how we've reinvented the check-in process and pulled together, I think, the best check-in process of any airline in the world, using technology, chips in the baggage, using technology with chips on frequent flyer cards, allowing people to use mobile technology to check in. And we've seen a dramatic improvement in our customer satisfaction ratings at airports as a consequence of that. But we're also using technology in other ways, particularly now knowledge about the customer, which I think is key. We have 10 million frequent flyers. Nearly 1 in every 2 households in Australia is a frequent flyer. We know a lot about our customers, and empowering our people with that knowledge to actually design the customer experience around the customers is really key. We're a very, very focused organisation on making sure we have diverse talents in everything that we do. We are seen as the iconic Australian brand, and I believe we should represent the best of Australia, and that's the multicultural, the gender diversity, the sexual orientation diversity that we think this business should represent in the community. It also allows you to tap in to an unbelievable set of talent that a lot of other companies just miss out on because they don't take diversity seriously and they're not focused in on it. I think leaders have to be more resilient than they've ever been. I do believe that, you know, people that end up being leaders of organisations have to cope with so many different pressures at different times. The one thing we have to train our leaders is to be able to be resilient to those pressures, and to be able to have a private life and as well as a work life and not get all consumed by it.